As I mentioned in my previous videos, there are two different bloodline pillars, the Boaz and the Jachin pillars. The Jachin pillar represents Cain/Set's bloodline, and the Boaz pillar represents Abel/Osiris's bloodline. And as we can see right here, we have the light bulb right here, and as I'm going to showcase in this video, the light bulb represents the arc between the two bloodlines, which was created by Set when he smashed Osiris into 42 different pieces. And I'm going to show how this arc between the two bloodlines is trapping us in the Duat hell. It is Ra's arc traveling through the Duat, and I'm going to showcase that here. So as we can see right here, we have the Orphic egg, which is the cosmic egg from which hatched the premortal hermaphroditic deity Phanes, variously equated also with Zeus, Pan, and so on. As we can see right here, this is Phanes right here. This is the representation of Phanes, and we can see the serpent climbing all the way up to his crown, which is the sun, because it is the same as the Bible, which is Adam, which is Atum Ra. As we can see right here, the serpent, which should be down here on his crotchal region, represents the lower temptations, and giving into the lower temptations causes the 7 deadly sins, which consumes Adam's 7 chakras, which represents the Saturn cube. And as we can see right here, we have the light bulb, and we have this contact wires right here, which represent the Boaz and Jachin pillars. And then we have the coil in the middle, and then we have the coil in the middle, and the coil in the middle represents the G. It represents the coiled serpent. As we can see right here, we have the G, which represents the coiled serpent, and then we also have the book, the story right here, with the square and compass, which represents the seal of Saturn. So what I'm going to showcase right here is that we also have the light bulb head guy right there, and as you can see, he's wearing the graduation cap. Why is he wearing the graduation cap? Because the graduation cap represents the Saturn cube. So I'm going to showcase why this image is the same as Thoth right here. We have Thoth right there with his moon, his light bulb right there, and then his body, which represents the Saturn cube. So we have the light, and then we have the prism, the dark crystal, and that is fragmenting our light. So as we can see right here, we have the light bulb representing the moon, light bulb representing the moon. Going back here, we have another depiction right here. We have the light bulb above the umbrella, and the umbrella has 8 spokes because it represents the Saturn cube, the hexagram. As we can see right here, we have the British flag with the light bulb. The British flag is the 8-pointed star also, which represents the Saturn cube. So we have the same idea right here. And as we can see, we have the tungsten filament in English gematria, which equals 1200, and 1200 in English gematria is the same for the Lord Jesus Christ and also the Phoenix Rising, and I've gone into this in my previous videos. The video What You Are, I've covered this in. So as we can see, the light bulb represents the serpent consuming our light, and it also represents the Ra's arc traveling through the Duat, inside the serpent, Saturn's dream. You can see in this quote from Revelation, and his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven and cast them down to earth. And the reason why is because it's talking about its rebellion and casting the stars down to earth, represented by the third eye right here, which is the third of the part of the stars because it's the same spot as the pentagram on the Bible, which is Adam, and it represents his stars being taken down into the serpent disc, or the snake climbing his 7 chakras, as I've shown in previous pictures right there. And he became fragmented after he lusted after his own reflection, because he is Narcissus. So we can see in this image that it's the same thing as over here in Revelation, the taking the third part of the stars down from heaven and casting them down to earth, and it's the moon doing so. stealing the light from the sun, because the moon takes the light from the sun. And we can see this further in Egyptian mythology. He challenged Ra to a game of Senet, a popular Egyptian board game. Through his cleverness, Thoth tricked Ra into giving him a portion of his celestial light, enough to create 5 extra days in the year. And as we can see right here, his only rival, we have a depiction of the sun with the face in it, because it's defacing the sun. It's the mockery of the sun. And then we have the light bulb as the moon. We also have the light bulb as the moon here and here, as I've shown previously. And going further, we have Shiva in the light bulb, because Shiva is Lucifer, is Zeus, is Horus. And we can see right here, we have the woman with the light bulb right there. And that woman represents the mother and wife of Nimrod, because I have this nice image I found right here. She was called Ishtar, pronounced Easter in English, Esther, Isis in Egyptian, and now Mary in Catholic. So as we can see, this represents the Statue of Liberty. It also represents the Columbia Pictures woman, and it represents Isis and Ishtar. We also have the one eye of Horus right here, and it says lasts 1/3 longer, and it's the 1-3 because it represents JC, because the 13 is JC in Gematria, and that's representational of Jesus Christ. And then we have the eye of Horus right there, which is the pineal gland, which is the forbidden fruit.